look, the left and right-wing media are finally agreeing on something, and it involves Katie Britt.
On Real America's Voice, the right-wing hosts were stunned into silence.
May God bless you, and may God continue to bless these United States of America.
I'm sure she's
I'm a fan of her.
I'm sure she's very nice, and I don't want to get like over the top here, but that is everything about that on a night like tonight is wrong.
I mean, that's fantastic because that's the appropriate response, right? Like most of us that were watching, this is how we reacted. But here's the problem with the mainstream media right now. After she delivered the speech, I ran to Google and started looking for news outlets and the way that they were going to portray her speech. And overwhelmingly, these are the types of headlines I got. Major media outlets were reporting the speech as if she skewered Biden. Katie Britt slams Biden on the border. So many headlines like this. And I was like, did we watch the same speech? I could not find a single critical headline that night. I saw headlines that were critical of Biden, but none that were critical of Katie Britt. It wasn't until the following morning when I started seeing headlines like this. Official GOP response to State of the Union rebuttal has Republicans losing it. When motherhood is a weapon. What the hell am I watching? And the reason that high-level Republicans were responding this way is because that's how the American public was responding, and they knew that. The temperature was, Katie Britt seems like a Stepford wife. Serena Joy vibes. All the things that have been in my comments section was the prevalent view of American public after seeing that message. They're like, this is a Saturday Night Live sketch. This is parody, right? This can't be real. In fact, it took a response from a journalist named Jonathan Katz to post a TikTok video calling Katie Britt out for lying about a 20-year-old SA story involving the border policy that she mentioned in her speech, which is patently wrong and full of lies. And then suddenly we saw a dramatic shift in the type of media that was coming out regarding Katie's speech. Now, not only are they critical of the speech and saying that it was completely out of touch and there was a lot of overacting and overcoaching, now they're pointing out the lies that were told in the speech, fundamentally undoing whatever legitimacy was there to begin with. I'm going to make a couple observations here and we can come back to them and see if I'm right in the coming months. I think a lot of people are tired of the media narrative not matching the public narrative, right? They're conducting polls with like 500 people, which isn't a legitimate poll, and then they're writing headlines based on that, and it's inflammatory and it's dangerous. And as we get closer to November and we see more speeches like the State of the Union, people are like this is hyperbolic and it's irresponsible of the media to be doing this. I think it's largely because the media uses clickbait to gain more views so that they can get more advertising dollars, and it's really sexy to have a Trump-Biden matchup. But like the rest of us are exhausted, you know? It's like we're so over this, the exploitation and the hyperbole. And I think the media is finding that in the comments section of people just saying, stop this, like stop being so irresponsible. Like this isn't even accurate. Because thanks to apps like TikTok, most of us are aware of the complications associated with late stage capitalism, and we're just done with it. One of the greatest offenders is the New York Times. So I think you're going to see a divide. I think you're going to see some mainstream media that just doubles down and continues writing inflammatory headlines that are clickbaity and intended just to grab your attention, but aren't really portraying the full story. And I think other media outlets are going to realize, they're going to be savvy enough to realize the long game here is to portray the accurate news, or as accurate as mainstream media will do it. I think some media outlets have vastly overestimated the fatigue and the anger and frustration that readers have, particularly when it comes to millennials and Gen Z. We're not going to pay for your subscriptions, and we're certainly not going to put up with this kind of clickbait nonsense. But we will read articles like this. And the smarter news outlets are going to begin to realize that there is a shift in media consumerism, because like my boomer parents, they don't even read the news anymore. They're done. They've long ago checked off. So they're not going to be the ones that fall victim to that kind of clickbait media. And I don't think they're the only ones. So Pay attention to the headlines moving forward. Watch what happens when something first is announced, and then check the media headlines 24 hours later, 36 hours later, 48 hours. See if public attention and public response is doing anything to shift the narrative of the media and what that looks like. And then let's chat about it. Okay, sorry this was so long. Bye.